You are dispatched to a residence for a patient complaining of chest pain. All notes state that he took one of his prescribed nitro. When you arrive on scene, you're greeted by the fire department, who states the patient has a blood pressure of around 90 systolic. It is very humid outside. You and your partner navigate your way to the back room of the house in a bathroom with really narrow hallways. When you get into the bathroom, you find your patient laying on the ground on his left side, pale and diaphoretic. You decide to initiate treatment on scene with that patient, getting a 4-lead, 12-lead medical history while you're getting an IV. Patient states he was outside doing yard work when he started having some really bad chest pain that went down his left arm. He came inside, took one of his prescribed nitro, became very weak. You put him on the 4-lead, it's showing sinus rhythm with a blood pressure of 86-ish systolic. SpO2 is at 99%. CBG is around 100. You do a 12-lead with some difficulty because you're having issues with the stickers staying onto the patient because he is so diaphoretic. You're able to run a 12-lead with some artifact, and initially you don't really see any elevation in any leads. So you decide you need to cast a wider net out and maybe start asking some other questions. You haven't ruled out cardiac, but you're maybe considering other differentials at this time. At this time, the patient also starts complaining of some cramping in his ankles and in his hands. You notice his hands are pretty stiff and difficult to move. While you were taking a history from him, you were able to get IV access, and you move that patient to your truck. Once you're in the truck, you ask the patient, has he taken any aspirin? He says yes. He took it around the same time that he took his nitro. En route, you give him a liter of fluid. He says that his 10 out of 10 pain has now gone down to an 8 out of 10 pain. You try to run another 12 lead since he's not as diaphoretic now, and you show a 12 lead with no ectopy. Go ahead and transmit your EKG to the hospital just so that they can have it as well. So what are your differentials for this patient? Go ahead and drop me what you think in the comments.